Cynthia Osage, Chief Executive Officer, EduCreate Hub Limited. To take her position, please give her a round of applause. We begin the pitching session immediately. I will invite some pitchers who are around now to join her on the podium, but we'll take from the first speech will be from the online. We'll have Olubusola Kolade online, Ornaments for Grace and Virtue. You will be pitching first. So please stand by online. Olubukola Kolade, if you're online. Olubusola Kolade, yeah, we can see you online. Please place him on while I'll call the other pitchers. And as soon as, yes, there he is. You would start in a bit, sir. Just hold on, or madam, just hold on. Let's now invite NAS Action. Eniola Cole, are you here? Please approach the podium. NAS Action. Esther Amakwe Imeike, are you here? That's Queen Esther International Schools. Queen Esther International Schools. Nkiruka Agu, are you here? Nkiruka Agu. Dr. Danladi Momo, are you here? Dr. Danladi Momo, are you here? That's Victory Belt College of Education. Then we have Banquet CIC, Anne Fasson Esther. Anne Fasson Esther, are you here? If you are, approach the podium, please. And then we'll be having Mrs. Marie Davids. Mrs. Marie David. And we'll conclude with Dr. Badewa Adejigbe Williams. So we start. Madam Moderator, you may want to give some opening remark, and then we'll open the floor. Madam Moderator. Just press the button on your microphone. Tech, please help us. Okay, while we're getting that on, Madam Moderator, with your kind permission, let me invite Olubusola Kolade. Madam Olubusola Kolade, can we have you now?
Yes, you can.
Please go ahead.
Thank you.
You have 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
Okay, thank you. Can I have my own? Thank you. Good morning from here, or good afternoon over there to distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Nigerians in Diaspora Commission and Nigeria Diaspora Summit Initiative, the organizers of this event, the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. My name is Busola Kolade. I'm the Executive Director and Founder of Ornaments of Grace and Virtue, called OGAV. I'm here to seek your support for our non-profit organization. We are very passionate about girls' education. Our vision at OGAV is of a Nigeria where every girl child is educated, because girls are also capable of contributing to the development of their country. We're seeking your support by way of sponsorships, partnerships, endowments, and co-funding in grants or donation to a sum of 40 million naira per year to support the organization's capacity building to scale up our social, health, and mental wellness programs, as well as continue to refine our Learning Beyond the Classroom initiative that supports our 1,000 school girls per year. This will help us to do more and do better for our community. We believe education is key to transformation, and most importantly, an educated girl is a capable girl. We are offering you in return social impact opportunities to be visible, improve recruitment and retention by being accompanied with an ongoing relationship with a charity organization, tax benefits, enhance reputation in community for commitment to social responsibility, and lastly, fulfillment and satisfaction in being good and impactful in your community. We have impacted over 8,000 underprivileged schoolgirls in the last 10 years. We have delivered over 1,000 training, coaching, and mentoring sessions for teenage girls, enabling them to become transformed and motivated young achievers. So for more of our impact and footprint, please visit our website, www.ogavnigeria.org. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, and I will now take your questions. Thank you.
Madam Moderator.
Okay, thank you so much for your feedback. And I would like to say this. What you are running is an NGO.
Yes, please.
Okay. Before I proceed, I would like to ask if there are questions before I add my impact. Thank you.
Any question? Please raise your hand if you have any question. We would have space for one question if there is. If you are raising your hand, please stand. So, Madam Moderator, it's back to you. No questions?
Well, thank you.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay, for your NGO, are you running, because there's a place you said you are going to have a return, that is, there should be an ROI for an NGO. Are there skills that you are training the girls that you expect people to invest in?
We're expecting people to partner with us and give sponsorship in different forms. We do have skills, like digital skills, that we are training the girls on, coding that we are working with the girls during the long vacation. But most especially what we are asking for is the partnership, co-funding for grants, for bursaries, for scholarships for the girls, and to partner with us in training them. I did say in return, that means for the organization. What the organization will have in return: visibility, social impact in the community.
Thank you, Ms. Bisola. I would like to recommend your efforts on what you are doing. But for 40 million, what is the main purpose of 40 million naira for your project? What is the basic? What, after getting these funds, for instance, what impact are you going to make for those girls? Apart from digital skills and other ones, are there vocational skills that you are training them on that once they are done, they can empower themselves with it?
Yes, we do. So what happens is during the holiday, we do have a summer camp for 1,000 girls. And we also have the co-curricular program that we have all through the year. And so we've had students that have been trained in vocational training, hairdressing, cake decoration. Actually, we've even had a student that has been interested in mechanic training as well. We do that. And this money also supports their scholarship, supports bursary, supports back to school programs, buying school bag and stationaries and the rest of it for the students. And we also use part of it to also pay the staff that attend to them.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. Are there other suggestions in the house?
It's a full funding capacity building that we are asking support for.
Yes, I understand. It's more of a social impact you are doing. So I would like to ask everyone in the hall, are there contributions or?
Madam Moderator, since there are no other contributions, we may move to the next speech if you approve. Thank you.
Okay, the next person.
Next person, Eniola Cole. NAS Action. You have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols duly observed. A global vision requires a global budget. My ask, I don't know if my slides are up yet. That would really help.
Can we have her slides, please?
Okay. So please just run with me as I run through it. My ask is for $7 million US, which is the equivalent of about 12 billion naira, to print and distribute nationwide 2 million copies of this book, Faith in Action, a miraculous journey from SS to AA genotype, HIV positive to HIV negative, and personal tips on divine health by yours truly, Ambassador Eniola Cole. Your return of investment, next slide please, is 40% of my ask in 1 year and 5% equity within 2 years upwards. The plan is to have done to the point of your investment within 1 year, even though we may not have finished selling all 2 million copies within 1 year. Now, what does this book seek to address? There's a high increase of moral decadence, not just in Nigeria, but around the world. Yet, God is still working miracles in the lives of people, but they're not speaking up about it. I'm lending my voice as a case study to educational institutions where Christian religious knowledge courses are taught, theological institutions around the world, supermarkets and stores, where this book would be found useful to the lives of people. They could believe in faith, healing, and transformation of lives. Also, the problem for us right now is the cost of print on demand is high. Therefore, we want to mass produce and reach each state of the Federation and the FCT with at least 55,000 copies each, and we have a distribution strategy to ensure that it gets into relevant markets. Our target audience are schools, like I had mentioned, and I stand here as a bold young woman. And a lot of young women have silent stories that they have untold. I want to let young women around the world know that their mess could be a great message. As a great mentor of mine says, when life gives you lemons, you don't just make lemonade, make grape juice and let the world wonder how you did it. So I stand before you trying to make grape juice, and I hope that you support me. Now there's an online store. If you could run through eniolacole.org, you'll see my testimony, test results. You'll also see the ebook copy that could reach, even as we are discussing right now, you could just go there, you'll see the healing testimony where I was able to share about my healing. And then we have Paystack right there where you could pay in whatever foreign currency in USD, or you could also pay to the Naira account that's handling the online portal. Next slide, please. So our budget, the printing cost per copy is 3.125 USD per copy. So we also have marketing and distribution, like I had mentioned. We could do a movie at the end of maybe a year into the next year phase on the experience and personnel costs, M&E, administrative and overhead costs. That's what brings the total to 7 million USD. Next slide, please.
You have 1 minute.
So our sustainability plan, like I had mentioned, was to target educational institutions. We also want to have curriculum integration, community engagements with relevant stakeholders, public accessibility in stores, supermarkets, and M&E for continuous improvement. Next slide. So basically, this educational material distribution project is like a first phase, testing out how this book would do in the market. We could still have other books that we put out in the market in future as well. And we offer a unique opportunity on this particular one to transform the spiritual and moral landscape of Nigerian youth and people across the globe to believe in the power of faith, healing, and personal transformation. So I'm open to any questions that you may have, and I thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Madam Moderator, a question from this end, Honorable Terem.
Okay, let's go ahead and take questions.
Thank you very much for this presentation. Very inspiring. I want to get the business part of it. Is the company currently valued? If that's done, what's the current valuation? Because you're asking for how many thousand?
12 billion. 12 billion.
$7 million, which is equivalent to 12 billion naira, for a stake of 5%, right? So I think.
And 40% ROI in 1 year.
Yes. Yeah, but the ROI is for the whole of the company. At the end, the stake still remains 5%. So what's the current valuation of the company? That is one. Secondly, is the product in the market already? And
Sorry, I didn't get that.
is the product already in the market? And if it is in the market, how has it been faring so far? Can you give us some numbers of how much has been produced, how much has been sold within a period of specific time, so that we can understand the feasibility of the product selling very well in the market? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I take all questions?
Just one.
Yeah, thank you for that beautiful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
I want to know, before a book, is recommended for adoption by institutions of learning and other organizations, has it been endorsed by the Ministry of Education and recommended, to various institutions? And secondly, Nigeria has a very poor reading culture. And that's why the question he asked about, has the book been presented to the market and how is it faring? Because most of the younger ones today don't read books. Most of what they do is they go online and browse. It's good that you have it on the internet. I think you would need to put more emphasis promoting it online than, producing mass copies, and you discover that at the end, because of the poor reading culture, most of the intended audience will not be able to purchase it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Madam Moderator, we have time for just one more question. The gentleman over there. Yes, sir. The microphone is beside you.
Thank you so much. I want to pivot a little bit from what previous speakers have said. What you're doing is commendable, but from an environmental perspective, I have trouble with the quantum of printing you want to do, and I also have difficulty with the amount that will be devoted to just printing. How many? 12 billion or something in that range. I think it's a good idea to inspire young girls. It's a good idea to try to bring back faith in what we do. But I think you need to change the strategy a little bit. Just like I said to the young man a couple of days ago, the way to eat an elephant is one bite size at a time. You can finish it, but if you try to gulp it down, you and I know what will happen. So my advice would be try to do a pilot. Also key into the approval processes. Before you can introduce your book into the mainstream, you need to have some approvals in the system. So try to do a pilot, but most importantly, get away from this notion of printing. You are a young lady, you're into the digital age, you can infuse this thing using digital platforms. And I'm sure you will reach a huge audience. You will transcend borders when you do that. So I think 10 billion or whatever it is at this juncture is a lot of money. You'll be better served putting that into feeding people than just the book. Thank you.
And go ahead and answer the questions.
Okay, thank you so much. So for me personally, I remember, this is a personal experience. I remember studying international relations and the media at University of Essex in the UK, 2011 to 2012. And coming back with hard copy books of different narratives. There were people who taught us case studies on globalization, and some would say globalization would win the order of the day. Others would say, no, it would be nationalism. Yet others will say the world will be led by a superpower at the end of the day. And I remember having soft copy or access to soft copy books on JSTOR and all of that, but after graduation, it was lost because we lost access to the student portal. I have those hard copies till today, so maybe it's a personal thing, but I have a special affinity for hard copies. And also, there's a market in Nigeria where students don't even have access to digital devices. They don't have access to smartphones. There are communities where they only use Nokia 3310 till now, and the schools that they're attending don't even have computers where they can access digital products. So while the digital product is there for the elitist audiences, how do we reach the rural communities with a faith message? That's the general idea. And I know that schools still have textbooks, and they even print even more than 2 billion. We are just trying to start with that because we've assessed the market. There are over 270 tertiary institutions with over 2.1 million students. There are also over 14 million students enrolled in secondary schools and over 27,000 secondary schools in Nigeria. So apart from going through the right routes, I also want to request for support from NDIS and NIDCOM as well, with contacts for the Ministry of Education and how they could review this book, because we had gone through the NERDC to see how they could gone through their review process, but we didn't get feedback yet. So I'm happy to be on this platform to discuss further. So far, this testimony came out March. So between March and now, it's just been testing, getting reviews, peer reviews on the book, and making edits before bringing out the final copy. To say a proper market testing, I would not say we've done a lot of sales because it's been testing little by little and then getting reviews, but now we have it out and we are willing to work with the Ministry of Education or whatever other body that could help to put it in the market.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Eniola. That is a great one, but I would like to suggest from the education aspect and from my area of expertise, I would like to suggest that before you can start a book or publish a book in the educational system, you have to go through the curriculum. If you are focusing on faith-based learning or teaching, you have to go through Ministry of Education. Then, before you can go through the Ministry of Education, you have to go through the curriculum, the scheme of work, if it works with what you are looking at. At different level of education, we have the early childhood education down to the tertiary education and the vocational and the other aspect of education. So I would like to know, what aspects are you looking at? Is it secondary?
Thank you so much for that question. I did go through the curriculum. I know it's still being reviewed, and I think it's JS3, and then there are some SS courses as well that talk about stories of faith. But when you see what's in there, it's just referencing Bible stories of over 2,000 years ago. There's no case study of what people are experiencing when they put or try to put their faith to work of today. So I think it's a really good point.
The last one I would also like to encourage you to do is, if you can start something like a faith-based club, that would be a good one for books. Our reading culture for now, as at this stage we are, most of the children, they are not really interested in reading voluminous textbooks. So most times they do digital. You understand? That will go a long way. So if you can start with digital, just like what he has suggested, and there's a way you can also make money out of it. Before you can read it, you pay for it. That will also generate funds for you.
All right.
Looking at the AI, looking at different myths, looking at 12 billion naira for a book. I wish that there would be investors for that. I wish
so too, and I know they're listening in this hall and around the world. So thank you all so much.
So thank you so much, and go and make more research about it, and then think of other ways to develop it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Moderator, we go online to take Francis Omoroje. Francis Omoroje, Educate Africa. Are you online, Francis? Francis Omoroje, I can see you online. Can you unmute? Francis, please unmute.
Yes, yeah, my colleague will take the presentation.
So you have 3 minutes. Please go ahead, quickly.
So, are you here?
We can hear you.
Yes, I'm here, Francis. Do you want to go? I think maybe you want to
Go ahead.
Want me to go ahead? Okay, thank you. All right, so Francis is in a noisy space at the moment, so I'm taking over for him. Francis and we're both co-founders of Educate. Thank you very much. You happy for me to proceed?
You can proceed.
Can you hear me?
Your time is counting. We can hear you and we can see you. Please proceed.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Tosin Adebisi. I'm co-founder of Educate. And thank you very much for the opportunity to present our business today. We are asking for sweat equity, as well as we're willing to offer 50%, as well as $50,000, $50,000 in return for 10% of our business. It was Nelson Mandela who said that education is the most powerful tool by which you can change the world. And then we know what the situation is currently in Nigeria in regards to the problem of youth access to higher education. Currently, the ASU, Association for African Universities in Nigeria, predict that 50% of our youth will drop out for universities. Now, this is not sustainable, and we need to address it. So what are we doing at EduFund? Our EduFund platform is designed to harness and create an aggregator that for the first time connects students, donors, funders, all in one place. We have our Edu board and we have our EduFund. So that's the first thing we are tackling. The second thing we are tackling is the opportunity to work with universities to actually identify alternative income streams. Now, I've worked in the UK for a long time, mostly in philanthropy, business development, and general strategic partnerships. And one of the things that UK universities, I would say US universities do very well, is being able to leverage on their alumni networks and their donors. So our Edu board platform is designed specifically to help universities unlock and generate sustainable income from their alumni networks and also strategic donors. And we'll use this to work with them to actually support students to study at those universities. And what we do, the uniqueness of our platform is all of this funding can be tracked. You can see who is donating, you can see what it's going towards, and it gives you that sense of credibility.
You have 1 minute
more. In
more.
terms of our Edu Fund, what we'll be doing with that specifically is to support students to actually create their own fundraisers. Now, think of Edu Fund as where GoFundMe meets Airbnb. Students can create funding, and then we can match them to potential investors and also potential universities. Our business model works in two ways, through subscription and also through commissions. We will charge universities $1,000 a year, in which they can use our platform for our Edu board, which will be end-to-end support in a holistic, integrated financing to generate income streams. And then we would also be taking 1% commission from every transaction that is generated. Our goal is that we will be able to raise within the space of 1 year by aiming towards 100,000 alumni being able to donate on to the universities that they study. Obviously, we need to work very closely with the university alumni department, and we'll be looking to raise up to $10 million at the end of our 4-year projection. So that is our platform, and then that's a little bit about EduFund, Educate Africa. We'll be happy to take questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Are there questions for him? Are there questions?
Any questions? Okay, it seems there's none.
Okay, I would like to, Mr. Francis. Okay, based on what I read on your slide, it seems you are into, and are you running an NGO? Mr. Francis?
So, yes, so the business, the Education Fund, which is now the crowdfunding, is an NGO component, but the platform itself, which we are working with the universities to manage their fundraiser, is purely company where we make revenue and make profit.
So how do you hope to get, like based on what you are demanding, how do you hope to
I can't hear you.
the ROI for the investors, how do you hope to get it?
I didn't hear you.
How do you hope to get the RI for investors?
Yes, exactly. So like how my colleague just mentioned, our partners or our customers are universities and corporate institutions that are going to raise money. So we earn, our revenue model is we earn subscription fee from the university to work with $1,000 per year. And we also charge 1% on every transactions from all of the fundraisers done on the platform. So our projection for the first year is having over 100 universities on our platform, generating over more than $10 million, and we're charging 1% of that. Then in the first year, we're targeting to make about $1 million. Then scaling this in the next 4 years, we're targeting to generate revenue of over $10 million. So this is where we're able to make return for investment. So when we're looking at 50%, 50,000 in fundraising we're asking right now. In next 4 years, this 50,000 would have become, valuation would have become $200,000 for the investor.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. Next picture, please.
Any questions? None. Can we proceed to the next? So next we have Marie David and the Vantage Point Academy. Marie David, Vantage Point Academy students will also be joining her on stage.
I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to go now, because I'm triple doing. I have meetings and all that, so it's going to be a conflict. Hurry up, kids, because you guys are starting up.
Good day, Secretary to the Government of the Federation of Nigeria, Honorable George Akume, the Chairman and CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, distinguished dignitaries, those from the diaspora, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gracious Iyosomi Odidi, and with me here is
Alexander Elizabeth. Alexander Emanuela.
I am here to talk to you about our collective responsibility. Today, I stand before you all to raise a crucial concern that touches the heart of our nation. In the midst of rising inflation and an economic downturn, many children in Nigeria are bearing the brunt of a reality they never asked for. The cost of basic necessities such as food, education, and healthcare has soared to levels unimaginable, forcing some to make painful decisions that threaten the future of our Nigerian children. Inflation has driven up the prices of school fees, uniforms, textbooks, and transportation, putting education further out of reach for countless Nigerian children. We are witnessing a generation being denied the right to learn, the right to dream, and the right to build a better future. When parents have to choose between feeding their family and sending their children to school, we must realize that we are on the brink of losing a generation of leaders, innovators, and change makers. Healthcare too has become a luxury for many. The rising cost of medicines and hospital care means that preventable diseases are claiming young lives. We cannot continue to allow our children to suffer in silence while the country they call home has no protection over these harsh realities. Today, I call on you and leaders, each and every one of you seated right here. You all are entrusted with the power to make a difference, to take bold actions. It is not enough to acknowledge the problems. We need policies that prioritize the well-being of our Nigerian children. And to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you too have a critical role to play. The success many of you have found abroad is a testament to what can be achieved through the right opportunities. I urge you to use your platforms, resources, and networks to help support initiatives that provide relief for Nigerian children. Solicit for programs that help ease the burden on inflation on families, sponsor education scholarship, global support for healthcare and development projects. Together with our leaders acting decisively in the solidarity and diaspora, we can ensure that the cry of a Nigerian child is not in vain. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that no child is left behind, no matter the economic situation. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And once more, my name is Gracious Iyesomi Odidi, and together we are students of Vantage Point Academy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So my job is really easy because you get to hear from the children. Vantage Point Academy has been my family, myself and my family, our way of giving back to Nigeria, giving back to my country of birth. I'm a product of the Nigerian educational system and the United States educational system, and this was our whole idea of bridging the gap. And it's been a long way. We've come a long way, and it's 10 years that we've been doing this alone. If you would roll my slides, please, and just keep it on the Ask page. So we come here every year because we need help to raise more kids. Most of our children are sponsored by our family. Most of our kids come from homes where they otherwise will not be in school. We believe in leadership. We believe that children can be trained to be global citizens wherever they go. It doesn't even matter what type of homes that they were born in. So I've come today to make an appeal. We need a building of our own so we can, skip the exorbitant rents. If you cannot do the building, we also would like you to consider building us labs because we're very hands-on, practical-based learning, STEM. With a STEM focus, we have a STEM bias. And if you can build us the labs, you can definitely build us a playground equipment. So with all of that, and I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I really do want us to together come together as a people to give the Nigerian child an education that is worth something when they go out there. So what do you get in return? So we're seeking your partnership. It doesn't have to be money alone. Partnership, introduce us to mentors. We have a mentorship program where we take the kids to real practitioners in their profession of choice. So you could be one of those that partner with us. You could also be one of those that just partner with us in terms of opening the right doors to us to get the lands or the building. Having said all of this, what do you get back? You get, number one, bragging rights. And you also get naming rights. We name buildings after you. And also, it's an impact project. It will make you feel good knowing that you are actually making a difference in the sense of time. I believe education is a it levels the playing field. It's not for the rich, not the poor. I am an example, or I'm a product of a system where if I didn't go to school, I probably wouldn't be involved in the things that I do today. So with that said, I want to say a big thank you to the audience. Thank you, Ms. Moderator, for allowing me to go now. And thank you so much, everyone. I will take your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to say something about this. This is a very laudable project. And there's something I always say, that education is the is a great investment that you get a big interest in, investing in education. By investing in education, we are creating more sustainable future for generations to come. This is a laudable one, and I would like everyone to look into it and be part of this great project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions, please.
Any question?
All gifts.
Yes, so we have a hand right here. Microphone. Okay, go ahead.
Questions?
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. My name is Emmanuel Eyaba. I'm a filmmaker and a media consultant. I actually train for UNESCO. One thing I've taken away from this program is when you say ask or give, it's actually not about Naira and Kobo. It's also about our skill. I know how much UNESCO pays me to train outside this country. For me as a person, I'm going to partner with you, man, to come and run some trainings on filmmaking, media consultancy, Facebook monetization, and YouTube and all of that. It's a lot of money right now, and I think these kids, if they can learn how to monetize social media platforms, is actually also going to help you. So after this program, let's talk so that we can now take it up from another level, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Any other question?
Observation. Hello. Hi, over here.
Hello, thank you very much, Ma. My name is Dr. Mohammed Shehu. I'm the CEO of Amplus Beach JB. In the UK, we normally have these young ones, as we call it, catch them when they are young. Within oil and gas energy transition, we're happy to work with your school and train the young ones to see how they can get into the oil industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your offer and gladly accept it.
You can also sponsor children to come to the school.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Because if you look at, based on the fact that we have so many out-of-school dropouts, especially at the secondary school level, as of today, Nigeria has 8.3 million children that are out of school. Wow. So here is an opportunity to sponsor children to go to a very good school. I've been to Vantage, I've been to the school before, and I never knew she's the founder of the school. And they are doing great, and the teachers there, they are doing well. So here's an opportunity to sponsor children that are in that environment, maybe even in Abuja or outside Abuja, to go to the school.
Thank you.
To sponsor a child, partner with her. There are so many ideas you can bring into the school system.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Are there more questions or contribution, partnership, sponsorship? Okay, we have someone. Okay, someone is over there.
I'm with the mic.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for the impactful work you're doing. Some of your students came to our stand. I did a little bit of education about the indigenous and local herbs that we do. So I have a project where I work with schools in partnership with Universal Basic Education Board, where we come to schools to train young school children on healthy habits, indigenous herbs, and home gardening. And we give the schools plants, seeds, and plant pots where they can begin to grow some of the local herbs, have them in their classroom as ornamental plants. And this is me saying that my foundation will be in partnership with your school to provide this at no extra cost.
Oh, wow.
And to train the young school children, because we believe that healthy school children will bring about prosperity for us as a country.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I just wanted to make a comment about her offer, which I gladly accept. We're actually in partnership with Open. Open is a US-based organization, but sustainable agriculture is what we've been trying to implement. So I gladly accept that offer, and I thank you for it.
Thank you.
The other thing that we do is we just started working with a school in the United States to see about doing exchange programs where we can bring the kids here and, God willing, take our kids over. It's all about global exposure. I truly believe that the future of this country depends on how well educated and what enlightened our kids are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Madam Moderator, by your permission, there are a lot of people who want to interact with Vintage. Can we agree that they meet Madam Mary Davis aside so we can move on with the pitching? Is that okay, Madam Moderator?
Well noted, sir.
Thank you. So we'll say thank you to Mrs. Marie David and the Vantage Point Academy Academy children. Thank you. Round of applause for them.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Those others who have pitched, you can step down to make way for those who have not pitched. If you have pitched, you can step down. Thank you. So we proceed, Madam Moderator.
Okay, the next speaker, please.
The next speaker, if around, do we have Dr. Danladi Momo? Yes. Dr. Danladi Momo is there. Dr. Danladi Momo is of the Victory Belt College of Education. Please, a round of applause for him. Please go ahead, Dr. Danladi, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. I am quite... Yes, the moment is bright, full of opportunity. I can sense it in spite of my challenges. I greet the Chief Executive Officer of NIDCOM, initiators, distinguished pitchers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Momo Danladi, Director of Victory Belt College of Education Special, located in Iyale, the Kinal government area of Kogi State. I am an advocate for inclusive education through my NGO mission. Our mission is to combat stigmatization, communication barriers, rejection of people living with disability, and bring integrations of people living with disability having similar educational careers. The main purpose of this is we are asking for a grant of 100 million naira so as to develop infrastructures such as building of a permanent site, assistive technology, social classroom, and other incentives, providing enabling environment for RAMs, brailles, like this, brailles, and sign language. These are the material, the facilities that are lacked. Training of staffs, that is with special educations, provides material, procurement of materials such as social amenities and assistive devices, supporting our staff by paying their salaries. In return for the supports and investments, we will offer immortalization of the names of our donors on our capital assets, rewards and certificates for well done, organizing symposiums, invite an invitation of as resource persons. Finally, branding the materials with name of donors. In personal experience, I passed through rigorous experience from my elementary school down to my PhD level. In view of that, I am committed to create inclusive education. Through this, a couple of 4 years ago, this school was established through our meager resources from my NGO, Victory Belt Foundation. In the light of this, we were able to raise people, train some, having affiliation with Unia Greek, and other people are about graduating now in the first set. I hailed from NLA Ankpa local government area of Kogi State, congenitally blind. I passed through Kora State School for the Blind, GSS Dekina, College of Education, Ankpa, University of Port Harcourt, University of Ilorin, PhD in UNN, where I majored philosophy of education. I'm currently a lecturer with Kogi State University, and under Faculty of Education, out of 119 lecturers, I'm the only lecturer lecturing philosophy of education. I am satisfied with the level God created me. But I'm pleading with the international communities and people around here that let us build an inclusive, a vibrant, inclusive nation through education. Therefore, the people living with disability can become a vibrant contributor to national development. I welcome question. Thanks.
So we take questions, Madam Moderator. Any question? If you want to clap, please do it very well. Any questions or interventions? Yes, sir. The microphone is right beside you.
Thank you very much. My name, once again, Mr. Gbenga Rahim, CEO, City Buildings Real Estate Company. So you're basically asking for a 100 million naira grant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we might not be able to do 100 million. The problem of the country is big enough. We shall be supporting with a token of 500,000 naira. Thank you. And once again, we'll be enrolling it through the NDIS so that there's accountability and structure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We move on to Mr. David.
Thank you, sir, for this noble challenge you're taking on. And I know I had surgery a few years back and experienced partial paralysis. And I could identify with the challenges, the people that are physically challenged, what you go through. So my question for you is that I know you are sight impaired. Besides sight disability, which other disability are you asking for this fund to also address? Which other area of need, physically challenged people are you going to be included in your initiatives?
Thank you, sir. For instance, the people living with disabilities are of 3 categories or more. One, people visually impaired, like, for instance, I, and others, people with dumb and deaf, auditory nerves. There are some materials like tactile devices. This can enable one to communicate through sign language, and you can equally wave hands. Like we visually impaired, we communicate with them. For instance, if you see like this is A. If you see like this is God. Come. Go. Are you eating?
Yes, there's one beside you doing
the
same thing.
Okay. This, and equally people with physical challenges that have the thumbs or legs are being amputated, they could use blackboard but could not be closer to the blackboard. They need wheelchairs. And in the areas of building the place, their environment, you see, they live in a place, then there will be a navigating area whereby people with visually impaired can pass using guiding cane from their hostel down to their dining hall where they are eating. Moreover, the embossment materials for the disability are quite very, very expensive, Like this one that I used, my hand became stiff because I used stylus writing this braille from primary school down to my PhD level. Rather, instead of using Peking braille, which is around $2,500.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Madam Moderator, with your kind permission, we need to proceed because of time.
Okay. Sir, I would like to ask questions.
Okay, sir.
So that we can proceed to the next person. Based on what you said, that is he existing?
Yes, the
or
school
it's just.
Good afternoon.
For like how many years have you been doing this?
4 years ago, we have been taxing ourselves using our per capita incomes to raise the school. It's a Victory Belt College of Education being established near special education where the primary school and secondary school is, centered in Iyale, the Kenya local government area of Kogi State.
Okay, based on what you called, you said Victory Belt College Education. So it's basically for what particular age are you looking at?
Like from the age of 14, 15 upward, that is those who pass secondary school upward, because there's a special school we're having there that has to train people from primary to secondary school established by one particular mission, CMML mission. But we are independent, non-governmental organization that we train these people into universities so that they will not pass through this rigorous experience. We are affiliated with Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi.
Okay, that means you are approved by the federal government, the Ministry of Education, or you are affiliated with someone else?
No, NCCE, the College of Education was approved by the federal government, but we are affiliated with the University of Agriculture, Makurdi, yet going to financial predicament.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Dr. Danladi Momo. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the next. That's Anne Fasson Esther.
Sorry, sir. May I ask, there's someone that we skipped, Queen Esther. Okay.
No, there is a Queen
Good
Esther.
afternoon.
Queen Esther School.
Good afternoon.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on all established protocols by saying thank you for this wonderful, outstanding work. My special thanks goes to Honorable Dabira and Barrister as well. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I'm here this afternoon. My name is Anne Fasson, and we run the Esther Banquets CIC. It's been run in United Kingdom 1 year, but I want to guarantee you guys that we have a social enterprise, even in Nigeria, to alleviate economic and social poverty in Nigeria, because we want to solve problems, especially with our youths. You know, it's grieving to see our youths selling their property and moving to the UK or moving everywhere. But we are going to create jobs for many people by our capacity building projects. And one of the projects, we have different expertise. But why we stand out, you know, we are welcoming maybe recruiters, you know, or if you have we're willing to partnership with many people, but we are going to pay you your money. We are going to pay you for what you are doing. So currently we are running our project. We are asking for $400,000, equivalent to 668 million naira. So if you can see, some of our projects, one is being run in Ondo Town, where we had lots of support. You know, we want to build a welfare recruitment agency in Nigeria, across all the nation, across all Nigeria, so that we can support the welfare people. We can support people with disability. We can provide jobs for our youth, and we are also, you know, we do not want to see young women having no job. It's heartbreaking where you see a 24-year-old able to marry and she cannot read, she cannot speak, which husband is going to marry her? You can see mommy in diaspora. You can see how she's shining in education. So we want to support young women around 24 years old upward so that they have the skills to be able to compete. Then lastly, we want to support our young people. You know, we don't want to see young people going into the government and embezzling funds. You know, we want to build role model leaders who are going to compete globally. If you have that expertise, we are willing to partner with you, but we are going to pay you because we are a social enterprise. Lastly, our yearly dividends is going to be 120,000 jobs. We are going to create those jobs. But all the investment, all the money is going to go back to our enterprise. Of course, our capacity building project, we are going to charge you. We are going to charge people who want to train. But it is self-sustaining. I guarantee you, our business is self-sustaining. It brings money. It brings economic prosperity to the nation. So I stand aside. If you have any question, please, questions are welcome.
Thank you so much for your vibe. You are really a vibrant woman. So trying to get all your points together, it's amazing, but you just need to take it one point at a time so that people get to connect with what you are saying. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because you have so many things to do at the same time. Okay?
Yeah.
Keep it cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions, please indicate by raising your hand. Any question? So none.
Okay. I would like to ask, it seems you are running an NGO.
Yeah, it's an NGO.
So the process of running an NGO is like an enterprise too.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I are asking for 60 million, 600, what did you call it?
I'm
60
only
million.
asking for $400,000.
I mean, Naira, I'm trying to convert
In
it
Naira,
because we are in Nigeria.
668 million.
So what will the money be used for?
It's going to be used for developing our infrastructure.
Can I know the kind of infrastructures you are looking at?
Yeah, like vocational centers for people with disability. You know, it's going to be like, you see one wonderful woman who was making bag. You know, we want to develop lots of talent. You see, if they can make shoes, if they can make different innovation works, they can do filming, you know, different infrastructures that needs to be created so that they can, you know, sell their stuff to many people as well.
Okay, if I may also ask this, is your organization registered under the Ministry of Education?
It's registered in Nigeria, the Envision Foundation.
That's under CAC?
Yeah, it's
okay,
registered.
there's something I should let you know. Yeah. Under education, we have different sectors. And under education, there's a department that has to do with social welfare. So try and get in touch with them and do the necessary documentation. Then they will link you up with other ways to get funds.
Okay.
So I'm sure you are not aware of that. So kindly take note of that. So there's a department for social welfare.
All right.
Yeah. Then another thing I also like you should also do is, and when it comes to empowering people, what are your targeted audience?
Yeah, I've said it. We are targeting young women who haven't got enough education. We are targeting widows. We are targeting people like the youths as well. Youths who have education, but they cannot get a work as well. Because I believe they have talents and they can run this project as well and become employed.
Okay, the last one. If you are to get these funds now,
yes,
how do you intend to use it in the next 1 year, and what will be the ROI for the investors?
Yeah, that's why I said investors. We may not
we would acknowledge their good work, of course, and they can be some of our trustees. They can be our trustees. Yes, some of our investors can be our trustees, and we are going to acknowledge you that we can even invite you to one of our programs and come and give a consultation speech, and we are still going to pay you because our project is self-sustaining. Because we are looking to train lots of organizations. Different organizations will receive training.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yeah.
And I'll also advise you do more of research in that area and also seek for more mentorship on how to run NGO. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, we will take to close the pitching session Royal School for Educational Therapy, RSET Foundation. Dr. Badewa Adejugbe Williams.
Thank you all very much. This is the year for the inclusivity. Have you noticed there's been a lot of nonprofits who take care of children and adults with disabilities? So I'm really, really very glad to see that. I guess I led by example. Every year I pitch my foundation. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We're almost at the end. Don't worry. I'll try to be quick. I didn't go to the training, so please watch my time. I have the Royal School of Educational Therapy Foundation. It's a nonprofit. What we do, we provide therapeutic services for children and adults with developmental disabilities. This includes children with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, Tourette syndrome, cognitive disabilities. Just think about it, we have it all. As an educational therapist, I achieved quite a lot when I was teaching and working as a therapist in the US. And I decided if I'm impacting lives and changing lives and making a difference, why don't I do that in my country? We have been very, very successful. So I want to thank all my partners, all the people who volunteer their times, and I want to thank all the staffs who work tirelessly with these children. So for me not to really talk too much, so I'd like for you to go to my second slide, the third slide, and then we'll move on.
Hello, my name is Dr. Badewa Williams. I am an educational therapist professional and the founder of the Royal School of Educational Therapy Foundation, RCTF, a nonprofit learning center in Abuja, Nigeria, dedicated to empowering individuals of all ages with developmental disabilities and learning challenges. With your support, we can transform lives. Imagine a world where every child has equal opportunities to learn and grow, regardless of their abilities. Unfortunately, many of our students face significant obstacles that hinder their educational progress. We urgently need your help to provide necessary therapies, specialized equipment, and operating support. At RSETF, our mission is clear: to create an inclusive learning environment where students with disabilities can thrive. We aim to help them reach their full potential through personalized educational programs and therapeutic support tailored to their individual needs. Our goal is to raise $50,000 over the next year. Your generous contributions will help fund essential therapies, acquire specialized learning equipment, and cover operational costs, including rent for our center. Each donation directly impacts our students' lives, helping us build a safe and nurturing space where they can flourish. Join us in making a difference in the lives of these remarkable young individuals.
Thank you. So, some of you saw the trailer.
My name is Dr.
Some of you saw a trailer earlier that's Not a Boarding. It's a movie that we made just to show that these children are not boardings. If we can give them early intervention, they will thrive and they will succeed. And I brought quite a number of examples to show you today. So we're going to challenge you a little bit. I'm going to talk about the success stories. We have Ahmed Salami. Some of you who are on Facebook, I'm sure you're familiar with Ahmed. Ahmed was with us, and he has really exploded as a social media influencer. I don't want to talk about his disabilities, I want to talk about his abilities. So he has really made a lot of tremendous improvement and is global now. Then we have this young man, where are you, Timmy? Okay, Tammy is a young man with Down syndrome. As you can see in the picture, he presented his artwork to the Duchess of Sussex when she came. So it's to let you know that he's got talent, he's got abilities, and he's also taking on photography. So he's going to be able to provide for his families one day. It's not a burden on anybody. He can earn an income. And we are helping him, and we can help so many others. All right? Good job, Tammy. Thank you. Now, I have to talk about this young man. He is so close to my heart. When I first met Eri was all over the place. He would have scattered this whole place. You know, before you say Jack Robinson is gone. Very hyperactive, would not talk to you or anything like that. We worked with him for a couple of years, and this boy is a completely different individual. If I'm to challenge you, we actually had to beg the father to take him back to a regular school. Dad was fighting me that, no, let him start. I said, no, he has developed. He's got skills. Let him go learn. He's one of the top performing students at a regular school. Highest score. And his intellectual capacity has really surpassed so much. So let me ask one of you, Dr. Fashuba, what year were you born? Birthday. Okay, you can ask. Ask.
When is your birthday, Dr. Sir?
Okay. 28th of June?
No.
September, Eri. 2024. When is 28th of September 2024?
It was on Saturday.
So his birthday is going to be on Saturday this year. Okay, can somebody tell us what year they were born? Your date? Your date of birth?
Do you know 11 June 1980?
No.
Okay.
June 11.
June 11, 2024.
Was it June 11, 2024? Today's date was Tuesday, 11th of June, 2024.
Yes.
Okay. When is your birthday? Okay, 27, let him do 2024. 27 November 2024.
Friday. It was on Friday. Today's date was on Friday, 27th of September 2024.
Wow, I'm amazed.
Tell him your age. He will tell you the year when you're born. 50 years. When was 50 years born?
1974.
Wow, thank you.
Amazing.
Honorable Terab, are you convinced now?
So basically, this young man, if you tell him your phone number today, you meet him 2 weeks from now, he'll tell you, I met you at the State House, this is your phone number. His intellectual capacity has really developed. And what we are doing with our young children, we've been actually doing a lot of STEM, a lot of vocational skills, and we're training them. So this young man is learning coding, and what else? By Python, I don't even know what that stuff. What is all those technological stuff? So young at his age is going to be doing coding and robotics and all that stuff. So they really can develop. We've proven it. So here are the examples. So what are we doing? We want to just expand on what we've done. We've done so many capacity building. We've trained teachers in the FCT in partnership with some of our partners on how to use STEM, integrate STEM education into the curriculum, because our children learn more by doing. Because we know intellectually, maybe reading and writing and mathematics is not their forte, but teach them handwork and they can achieve. We have a farm project where they can actually grow plants, crops, and we want them to be able to take it to the market and sell so that they can learn income. I have a Shopify account, and what they produce, we sell on the Shopify account. We want to blow this and expand this further. So we're seeking support for farm equipment because they do really well with their hands. We're seeking support for computers. You can donate the computers. It's not always about money. You can just donate some of these items for us so that we can develop more for the technological skills and also assistive technology. We need a school bus, and we have a facility, but we need playground equipment. We just need things that they can use to thrive and function because they're not a burden, and yes, they can learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There's a lot of, most people are always running away from having a center that has to do with special needs children. For you to have done that, please, another round of applause for her. And I, as an educationist, I know what it takes to have a special needs centers. That's we call it SEND, special education needs. So for you to have children of different disability being under one roof is not that easy. And also the people taking them, I've been in the system for 16 good years. I'm still in the system. So I know what it is to be working with children with special needs. So this is a very good project that we should all look into to support, partner, whatever area you know you can be of help to make it go not just in FCT. We are looking at nationwide. I'm sounding as if I'm inside the project. I'm already part of the project, but let's see how we can support. Because investing in education is, you are also investing in the economy. And to also help to reduce a lot of special needs children around, begging, doing all sorts of things on the road. But if we have more of this in different states, it will go a long way. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, so that you know, a lot of the stigmatism about children with special needs is out of ignorance. Because these children have these developmental disabilities and it's not their fault. So please, let's spread the word. Let's just be open and stop marginalizing people with special needs. They can do things, they can achieve, they can function, just like you and I, and they have that right. So thank you all. I'm just making an appeal for that.
Okay, thank you so much. So we are expecting feedback, response, questions, contribution, partnership, sponsorship, scholarship, and all. Please, if you have something to say, kindly raise up your hands for contribution. Thank you.
So we have a hand raised there. The microphone behind you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Benga Rahim City Buildings. Thank you, madam. God bless you immensely. Thank you. Okay, so in line with expansion, when you decide to come to Lagos, we have free land for you. That's number one. And as we have set precedents with Dr. Momo, we'd like to support the initiative of 500,000 naira. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, there's someone over there. Excuse me.
Our partner. He made the movie with us.
Oh.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. One of the most emotional movies I've ever made in my life was when we shot Not a Burden. It was really touching. You know, when you see kids with special needs act a film, as in a film with the actors like Francis Duru and Preston Jama, it was really emotional for me, and I mean, it was really credible. And when the film came out, we've actually submitted it to major film festivals, and hopefully something nice is going to come out. Yeah. Mama, we'll be working together. So right now, we'll still come again and see how we can still train them in filmmaking and in the creative sector too.
Let me share with you, that movie we made, you saw the trailer, maybe they can play it again. It has been accepted to the Sedona Film Festival in Arizona. So yeah, thank you.
And they were all kids with special needs. They were acting in the film. They acted in the film, so we'll still do more. We'll still do more, man. Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. And all the filmmakers who assisted, like Francis Duru, Mr. Emmanuel here, Lancelot, Imasuen, so many, Ali Nuhu, they all volunteer their time for free just to support and build these children up. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yeah,
okay,
we have 2 hands over
okay.
I want to say a very big thank you, Ma, for what you're doing. It's really touched my heart. We see a lot of kids like this on the streets. I travel a lot across the country. We see them, and it's something that can really break someone's heart, especially when you see a kid that has talents and then needs help or is not getting help. But you have brought them together to provide help. My company, Cattle Foods, is going to donate a computer.
Thank you.
I saw you said you need computers. And for the next 3 years, we are going to commit 5 hectares of our land to cultivate vitamin A biofortified maize
Excellent.
and cassava. And the cattle food will process them to the value-added products that we have and we supply them as food to your center.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Are there more? Okay, we have some people.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I must say that in my entire life, I've never seen a child like this. I met with this boy a few hours ago, and in fact, let me just say this boy is just something else, actually. I told him my wife's birthday. My wife's birthday was just a few days ago. He told me the date, exact date. I told him about my exact date, my son's own exact date. I was like, what is happening? This is like somebody that can, maybe let's say, future, so to say. So all I can say is we'll be supporting with prayers, and I've got the contact of the father. So when we talk more, we'll see what we can do. And I want to say to everyone, this is a big challenge to us as parents, that when we see children like this, we need to look down on them. We need to see how we can support them, either with prayer, with encouragement, even their parents as well. And I'm sure our country, Nigeria, will continue to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
So, you can take them back. Thank you. You can. Yeah. You
Okay,
can
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello. There's one more question. Oh, okay. Sorry. One more question.
Thank you very much, Ma. I was here last year, I think.
Because you want to take pictures with
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here last year. I think the event in, was it Petroleum Technology Development Fund? We've watched the video, actually. Some of us literally were shedding tears. On behalf of BG Energy, we'll donate 1 million naira to these kids. And also, please, to our brothers in diaspora, let's see how we can help out by donating to this school. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Proud of you.
There's one more. Sorry, one more.
Okay. Thank you very much, madam, for this great work that you're doing. There's this saying that says that he who feels it knows it. These children don't know, they don't have a choice in where they are born or how they are born. You know, but for you to take on this task of bringing up these children and turning them around, I think it's a commendable effort. As First Tricon, our company would like to support you 5 million naira every year for the next 5 years.
That's 5 million naira every year.
Oh my God. That was the prayer. We've been suffering from moving from one facility to the other because of rent. I spend like 70% of the budget comes from me, so that's a lifesaver. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is a great one. Inclusive education is the best way to go. No child should be left behind. Mr. MC, sir.
Thank you very much. Our distinguished moderator, please give her a round of applause. And we'll conclude.
Okay.
So
I'll conclude with this, just like what I said earlier on, that every child should not be left behind. Looking at the out-of-school dropouts, we have 18.3 million as at today, based on I got this figure from UNICEF. So there's still hope for those outside. Reach out to a child, can sponsor a child in a school, can also invest in schools that are also in low-income areas like rural areas. So there are different ways we can sponsor education. With education, the future is bright. With education, you are also investing in the next generation of children in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for our moderator. So let it be that I've learned one thing. This is clapping, eh? Everybody do like this. You're clapping for yourself. Everybody clap for yourself. That way, we've learned something today. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're coming to the closing ceremony of this great impacting event, and I'm sure for the most it's been very rewarding for participants online and physical. As we come to the closing, just before we have the closing remark from the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of NIDCOM, we'll take a brief comment. First from Mr. Olugbenga Odufunwa, Business Development Manager of Bolite Limited. You have 1 minute for very brief comments. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and online audience. This is a wonderful program. Just a brief one. My name is Olugbenga. I live in Aberdeen, Scotland, and I'm just going to briefly talk about two things which we are looking for at Bolite. We're an oil and gas firm, and we are looking for contacts and contracts in the oil and gas sphere, and we would like to bring in the Aberdeen experience to Nigeria in the oil and gas sphere. Then we're also looking towards public-private partnership. A lot of government processes can be digitalized in Nigeria right now. So we are looking towards helping the government of Nigeria to digitalize many of their projects, or many of their processes, so that it will make it seamless for Nigerians and will reduce the inefficiencies in the system. So we are open to contacts. We are open to contracts both in the government and in the oil and gas sector for the government to digitalize all the government processes and make it seamless and easily accessible to Nigerians both in Nigeria and in the diaspora. Many Nigerians in the diaspora have a lot of issues accessing government agencies. Then also in the oil and gas sector to bring in the Aberdeen experience in oil and gas sector to Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Earlier, we heard someone who spoke passionately about the children with special needs and went further to ensure a donation of 5 million naira every year. We want to invite him because he's also one of the sponsors. Please help me welcome Mr. Remy Olamuyiwa, Chairman, First Tricon Limited, for a remark.
Good afternoon, Honorable Dr. Abike Erewa, and good afternoon, everybody. We are First Tricon. I don't have much to say. It's just to introduce ourselves to you. But let me start by saying that, without any doubt, it is clear that NIDCOM is running with a vision. For anyone to come up with something like this, and for anyone to run with the passion which this organization is running, you will agree with me that they are making the right impact, because they visited us in Sierra Leone some time ago, and I saw the passion in the chairman, the passion in the staff that came with her, and I see that there's so much to do and there's so much to accomplish, which I believe they are running with, and they are making sure that this is achieved within the short time that they've been in saddle. Now, I want to say this. some few years ago, we ventured out of Nigeria to go into Sierra Leone as well as some other West African countries. We went by faith because, yes, the market here is a bit challenging. We went by faith, and we got there. We saw an opportunity. We entered into a bid. We bidded with the Chinese, with the Italians, with European companies, and we won the bid. It took a struggle. They gave the bid. They awarded the contract to us, and we started. A year down the line, we won two more contracts. So that tells you that I believe that we know what we're doing, because we go to very long, we do a lot to ensure that we apply the expertise that is required for you to bid with international companies. Now, we've been there, we've done complex projects, we've built bridges, we've built roads, we've built houses, and with Honorable Abike Dabiri doing something like this, along with, I believe it's NITCOM and the summit organized, NDIS. Thank you so much, Dr. Barawa. You guys are doing a great job. Now, we are Nigerians. We work outside of Nigeria. We have in employment well over 70 to 100 Nigerian engineers and skilled workers. Now, if we can do something like this outside the shores of Nigeria, I believe that we can do the same here. But if you look at the terrain here, what you see more are the Chinese companies. You hardly see an indigenous company doing building roads. What you see at Julius Berger, the RCCs, the Chinese, CGC, and the rest of them. But honestly, those are the people we compete with outside here. Now, what am I saying? We are open to opportunities with this kind of thing that the chairman has brought to fore with this kind of this gathering that we're having. We believe that in the next a few years, because we actually want to come back home and do the same thing that we're doing outside the shores of Nigeria. And we will come back to do the same. So, and I want to add quickly that for this vision, we would like to support this vision. So next year, if you are going to plan this, we want to be either a gold sponsor or by the grace of God, maybe a better sponsor, than what we are doing this year. If you look at the slides running, those are equipment. We've undertaken special projects, complex projects. Those are quarries, and we're running. We've moved into Guinea-Conakry, where we run quarries and working with some of the mining companies. So we are ready for Nigeria. But the thing is, do we have an environment that wants to accept a company in the diaspora? We have proven ourselves outside of here, and with the support we have gotten from organizations like NITCOM, I believe that even here, we can do a lot better. Thank you very much.
Please help me give him a first Tricon round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the closing remark. The closing remark will be given by the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NITCOM. The very, very distinguished lady who everyone has spoken so glowingly about. And I want to do, okay, and I want to, as Dr. Bassi comes up to represent her, ask everyone to once again wish her very, very well in her endeavors, and trusting that she will be able to do more for Nigeria. Please give Right Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri another round of applause. Speaking on her behalf now is another great Nigerian who I always say is retired but never tired, Dr. Bassi, the Secretary of the Commission, and a great Nigerian who's also giving back to Nigeria in a great way. Please welcome Dr. Yakubu Basi, with a round of applause. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. My chairman, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabri Rewa, OON, the coordinator of the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit Initiative, distinguished Nigerians in the diaspora, both those who are here present with us over the past 3 days and those online joining us virtually, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked to give the closing remarks to the 7th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. When we started the NDIS in the year 2018, we never ever dreamt that it will grow so fast and become so big that in 7 years it has made the kind of impacts that we have noticed over the past 7 years. At the conclusion of the first NDIS, we came up with a 3-point agenda for the NDIS, if I remember correctly. The first was to institutionalize the NDIS as an event, and we've successfully done that over the past 7 years. Even when the whole world was shut down in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to host the NDIS virtually. The second objective we set up was to make sure that at the end of every NDIS, the proceedings are properly documented for posterity and also as a repository of knowledge for subsequent NDIS. And I think over the past 7 years, we've also successfully done that. The third conclusive agenda item at the first NDIS was the fact that we have to mobilize the Nigerians in the diaspora to set up a Nigerian Diaspora Investment Trust Fund that will be available for diaspora investment in Nigeria for a start and in other African countries. I think we've gone more than 90% on that, and I'm sure work is in progress to get that fund set up so that some of the pitchings we've done here over the past 3 days may not necessarily come to the NDIS as a pitch, but will go straight to that fund to draw and sign documents so that the MSME environment will be catalyzed for development in Nigeria. Today is the conclusion of the 7th NDIS. So over the past 7 years, we've not failed to actualize an NDIS summit in Nigeria. I thought you would give a round of applause for that. We are here concluding the 7th NDIS, and by the grace of God, we are also looking forward to starting the planning and execution of the 8th NDIS. Earlier on today, our ushers did circulate evaluation forms to all those who are in attendance at this particular 7th NDIS. We take your evaluations very seriously and would like you to please make sure that you hand back your comments so that we can work on improving the NDIS. Let me again reiterate my chairman's comment when she gave her opening remark at the 7th NDIS summit, that in Nigeria today, and my colleague engineer from Sierra Leone also alluded to that. In Nigeria today, you will find Nigerians, you will find Chinese investing in all sectors of the Nigerian economy. You will find the Polish investing in all sectors of the Nigerian economy. You will find all kinds of global participants in the Nigerian economy. So why not the Nigerians in the diaspora? May I, with these few remarks, thank each and every participant at the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. We thank the federal government for creating the enabling environment for us to have the NDIS Summit on a year-by-year basis up to this 7th year. We thank His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was here represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and all other governmental heads that graced this 7th Diaspora Investment Summit. Without you, the participants, we wouldn't be talking about any success of this particular summit. We also thank you for coming and participating. There has been not a single dull moment since the 7th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit opened 3 days ago. We thank you for your participation. We thank you for your inputs. We thank you for the vision. And we thank you particularly for the seeds that have been planted at the 7th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit, which, as I can see, will soon germinate and bring in much fruits to sectoral development in Nigeria. Let me conclude by saying that only Nigerians, both those at home and those in the diaspora, can put hands together to develop Nigeria for Nigerians. Of course, others can come and partner with us. Thank you very much, and God bless you for the 7th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Engineer Dr. Sule Yakubu Basi. A round of applause for him again, please. Finally, for vote of thanks, I invite the Coordinator and Chairman Board of Trustees of the NDIS, Dr. Ms. Badewa Adejube Williams, for vote of thanks.
Honorable Chairman, thank you, Ma. Engineer Dr. Yakubu Sule Basi, thank you. I think actually Dr. Basi had given the vote of thanks, But before I get into mine, I just got some information about some extra donations that just came in right now. Plus VG Energy contribution, Haske 1 million, Alpha 1 million, Royal School of Educational Therapy 1 million, Vantage Point Academy partnership with Plus VG Energy and oil and gas, renewable and carbon capture. Thank you so much. So now it's been an exciting 3 days. Don't we all agree? Yeah? They said people were tired. I said, I don't think so, because they're here for business. You're never too tired for business, right? Okay, now, as exciting as it has been, as motivating and encouraging as it has been, I wish to really err on the side of caution, please. I would like to really give some cautions now, especially to investors. Please, please, please protect yourselves from fraudulent schemes. Everything is not always as it seems. So as the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit landscape begins to expand and grow, we want to remind potential investors to exercise caution. There have been increasing reports of fraudulent schemes targeting unsuspecting individuals looking to invest in promising projects. So please do your due diligence. Ours is to provide you the platform to build and connect, but do your due diligence. Beware of promises of high returns. Seek professional advice. Seek professional advice. We have NIPC partnering with NITCOM. So do your due diligence through NIPC and through NITCOM's partners. Seek professional advice. Get your lawyers to go through every single document. Physical inspection beyond just looking at the papers of these promises. Check for registration and compliance. And if there's anything suspicious, please, please report these. Because NITCOM is in partnership with EFCC, ICPC, the fraud squad in the Inspector General of Police's office, as well as the DSS. So I want to caution anyone that may be planning anything that is unsavory to beware, because if you do, you will be found. So please, please take caution as we move forward. On that note, my vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to actually begin by thanking the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the government of our nation, for making it possible for us to be standing here in the State House and to give us the platform, the support to have this summit year in and year out. It is the 7th. Lucky number 7, dusted, done. So, we really, I cannot, let me just tell you, we fight a lot, but you guys don't see that today. Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, she'll tell you too that we fight a lot because she's a perfectionist and I am just not so perfect. She drives me, she pushes me, she makes sure that we perform our best to hold this summit. Mind you, all the committee members you see, they're volunteers. We're all giving of our time, our own resources to do this for you. This is our way of giving back to our country. So as we draw the curtains on the 7th summit, it is my honor to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every single one of you who contributed to the success of this summit today, this 3-day event today. To our esteemed pitchers, this is all about you. This is not, people call me, I want to come and present papers. It's not about paper presentation, no. It's about pitches. And I've made a lot of not some nice friends because I won't let them come and present papers because it is all about you. Pitches, pitches, pitches. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being in the forefront of the development of Nigeria because we know that you guys are the engines behind us that keeps us moving. Your entrepreneurial skills are what we're really depending on, that is propelling the nation forward. We know you work, you create jobs, you pay taxes, and those taxes are the things that are helping in developing the infrastructure of our nation, the hospitals, the free schools, and all. So I want to thank you, and thank you for being here to make a difference in Nigeria. Your passion and your entrepreneurial spirit have inspired us all. And as we've been sitting, listening to your pitches, we've been planning. What can we do for this? What should we do next year? Look at this project. Look at these brains of young Nigerians. Nigerians are some of the brightest people in the world, without a doubt. Because everywhere you go, if you look for the most successful people, those who are doing the best, the most in any sector, either private or public, in any country, there'll be 7 Nigerians out of 10. So let's be proud of us. Let's be proud of who we are. Proudly Nigeria. Yes, let's clap for Nigeria. To our investors, your presence and your engagement have been invaluable. I cannot tell you guys how many investors are in the room and have been in the room. You may see one person representing a firm of thousands of investors. So I can tell you now that you've gotten thousands of investors in this room and online watching and listening to you. Imagine the office of the President of the United States of America sending somebody who came just for the day. She came just for today to listen to you, to hear you, and to let you know that they're there to support you. What more can we ask for, right? We have all our Nigerians in the diaspora, all the diaspora organizations that have mobilized their members. Where's King Wale? King Wale Adesanya of Nigerian and Canadian Business Network. Since 2018, he's been here. Every year he comes with a delegation of about 8 to 10 people, sometimes more. And you see them sitting quietly, you'll be amazed at the investment they have done in this very room, people who have pitched here. We have the organization that I belong to as well, Nigerians in Diaspora and Alumni Network. We actually started this, the idea of this investment summit in one of our meetings. And every single one of them has invested in Nigeria, is investing in Nigeria, is bringing others to invest in Nigeria. Not to talk of the Nigerians in Diaspora organization, NIDA worldwide. They were here with us in the beginning, and they've been with us as always. And also the Irish Nigerian Business Alliance or something like that. They've always been there. The U.S. Nigeria Trade Council, they were in this room represented by their country, their country representative. So these are the people that you may see one or two, but they've got thousands in their organizations, and they're all watching. I talk a lot, so forgive me. So your commitment to supporting growth and development in Nigeria is a testament to the trust that you place in our potential. We appreciate your willingness to explore opportunities and partnerships that will benefit our economy and our people. People development, that's the key. To our exhibitors, thank you for showcasing your products and services. Your dedication and hard work in presenting the best of what Nigeria has to offer have enriched our summit. Normally, we're containing just that for a year. This year, we expanded outside. Next year, we have to find somewhere bigger where we can have more exhibitions. Made in Nigeria, please, no matter where you are. My mechanic is Nigerian. My beautician is Nigerian. Anyone, my manicure is Nigerian. My fashion designer is Nigerian. We have to build our own economy. Others will not do it for us. Buy Niger. When you continue to patronize Nigerian products, you're developing jobs. You're creating jobs, you're creating skills, you're empowering people, and you're developing our nation. The Chinese, that's what they do. You see them in the Chinese stores and Chinese restaurants. You hardly see them in American restaurants. They build their own economy, so let's do the same for us. A special thank you to our moderators, our interventionists. These people are not getting paid. They flew in from all over the world to be here to guide the summit. Thank you. Please help me appreciate them. They're giving back in their own way, so we really, really appreciate you. Some flew in like the night before and they're flying out right away. So thank you for your sacrifice. Our sponsors, I think I should kneel down for you all. If I kneel, my dress may rip. But really, our sponsors, we're deeply grateful for your generous support. I'm wowed with the types of sponsors we have. These are people behind us, behind NITCOM, helping to push the nation forward. Thank you all so much, because if you were not sponsoring, we won't be here. We will not be able to hold this and hold it so successfully. So it's good to know that you are behind us. The success of NDIS is the success of our sponsors. So we're committed to pushing your product forward and making sure that people are aware of the wonderful job you've done and how you have helped us. Your investment not only facilitated this event, but also demonstrated your commitment to the growth and development of Nigeria by supporting us, supporting NITCOM and Nigerian Diaspora Summit Initiative. Thank you for your backing. The media, our voices, our ears, our eyes, everywhere, we're all over the world, all because of you. Thank you for amplifying our message and sharing the stories from this summit with a broader audience. Your role in documenting our journey is vital in raising awareness and fostering dialogue around investment opportunities in Nigeria. There was a lady who came up to me on Tuesday. She was on her way out of the country. Then she saw the poster at the airport about the investment summit. She changed her plans to make sure she attended. And she said it's the best event she had ever attended. So media, thank you for helping us to amplify. And the rest of you, please tell others to tell others. Tell the others that are telling others to tell others, so that we can fill this hall with potentials. Thank you all so much. Lastly, to all the participants, thank you for your enthusiasm, your engagement, your active involvement has made the summit a vibrant platform for networking, learning, and collaboration. Together, we have laid the foundation and the groundwork for a brighter future. As we move forward, let us carry the momentum of the summit with us, fostering the connections and insights gained here. Together, we can make a significant impact of Nigeria's future. Mark your calendars now. Second week of November, since has always been marked for the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. So the 8th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit will hold the second week of November 2025. Start planning, start planning. We started planning, when we started, we had planned for like maybe 200 people. We had over 300. Second year, we said, okay, 300, we had over 400. Third year, we said, okay, 400, we had over 500. This year, we had over 600 in attendance. So thank you. So next year, let's have 1,000. So thank you once again for being a part of the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. Thank you for being the change maker, changing our narrative. Our people need us, and you're part of that, and you're making that change. Thank you so much for being here. See you at dinner, where we get to dance, dance, and dance. Thank you all.
Please give her another round of applause. Let's give her the sign language round of applause. At least you've learnt that one now. There's someone who also deserves to have the sign language round of applause. He's the CEO of Amplus Energy, Engineer Dr. Mohammed Baba Shehu. Please give him a sign language round of applause. You understand that one, sir? Sign language round of applause. Thank you. He's been here and continues to support the NDIS. Thank you, and thank you indeed very much. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is where we come to a close. Just a final announcement before we take the national anthem. The bus movement for the dinner and gala night will begin at between 6 o'clock and 6:30 from the DTIC to the venue. So the bus moves from 6 o'clock, between 6 and 6:30. Please ensure that you are there. We rise, shall we, for the national anthem. It's been an honor to be your compere for the program. My name is Tokbe Ucheme. We hail thee, our home, grand native land. Though tribe and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve a sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. It repeats, DTCA Area 11, the bus for those who should attend the gala and dinner night moves from 6 to 6:30. Good evening, everyone, and bye for now.